All right, thank you so much for staying with us. It's about time for us to take you through that particular segment you've been waiting for, which is the Star Corner. And of course, on the show today, we will be bringing you quite amazing personalities who are in the creative industry. And of course, starting in no particular order, we have a very, very amazing man right here. He goes by the name H. Prince. He is a comedian. Good morning, H. Prince, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right, you've been in the creative space for quite a while now, no doubt.
Yeah.
Let's get to meet you.
All right. My name is H. Prince, born Happiness Ikechukwu, hail from Delta State. Comedian, actor, writer, everything that has to do with entertainment, basically. On stage, on screen.
You epitomize it.
Yeah, I don't like to. I'm a very shy person. I don't like in real life. I'm a very shy person. I don't like to blow my trumpet. But yeah, actor, MC, stand-up comedian, writer. These are things I do most of the time around entertainment.
So when you say you're a shy person, does that speak to the reason why you are on a shade?
Yeah, because I know there are so many people watching me right now. You're putting me on the spot.
But for the sake of our audience watching, can you just raise it up a little bit, let them see who H. Prince is?
All right.
Aha.
If you insist.
All right. So you can put it back on so that it can be more comfortable.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway. All right. So what's the idea behind H. Prince?
All right, H. Prince is a brand that started in 2015 professionally as a stand-up comedian. Over the years has grown into other spheres of entertainment. I was in stand-up comedy, then later dabbled into emceeing events, then later dabbled into writing, because I have a flair for creating content. And when I mean writing, not just content for entertainment, I mean for ads, for brands. So I think that was one of the things that led me into commercial modeling.
Wow.
Yeah, I think in the last 2-3 years, I've featured in fire ads on TV. In fact, I have one recently that is still everywhere for one of Nigeria's, or would I say Africa's biggest telecommunication company, that has put my face on screen. And, so H. Prince is just that I will call myself a polymath. I have like a knowledge of it,
Just touch yourself of everything.
Yeah. So in years to come, I look forward to, diversifying and spreading my wings. So right now I'm like if I take back to last 2 years, I've been putting more weight on acting because everybody knows me more with stand-up comedy. Because that's what, you have to come into the industry with something. That's the idea. Okay. Then from there you begin to, so I have projects that I've featured on that, I can't wait for the world to see.
Wow. So barely speaking, you have been in the industry for maybe less than a decade?
Close to a decade, almost a decade.
Okay. So how's the journey been so far? In terms of the learning experience, in terms of those whom you have worked with, how have they impacted in your life? Looking at it from the stand-up comedy, looking at it from script writing, looking at it from acting. Who are these persons you have come across with? Who are these persons you have crossed paths with? And what has been the impact?
Yeah, just like every story, every gift needs a platform. Every gift needs... For a gift to keep giving, it needs a giver. So, by the grace of God, I've been privileged to meet some people on my way, on my journey to. I don't like to call it success, because success is subjective, and success is, when you say something is success, you are like, I feel like you are limiting yourself. So when you achieve it, then you stop. So I prefer greatness.
So when you say success is subjective, you're not looking at it from the monetary value.
Yes.
You're looking at it from how much purposefully you have lived in that particular space.
More than 80% of the people in my industry, especially in my own generation, what they term as success is not what I define as success.
The money bag.
Do you understand? Because I feel like that is just an additional. That is just one of the things that the perks, let me just say.
So now speaking to the fact now that you just mentioned, what has been that thing that has kept you going, that has made it look like you are living purposefully, irrespective of how much you might or might not have made?
Hunger. And hunger in this sense not mean hungry like
for food.
No.
Okay.
The hunger to want to give. You want to give, you want to. Because the idea is, when you are no longer here, what do people have to say about you? So the generations that are coming, what do they have to say about you, your works, the things you have done? So that thing keeps making me want to, those are the things that keep making me want to create, keep creating, keep working, keep doing. For example, I have one of the busiest comedy clubs in Lagos right now at the moment, where I have a community of people who come out to laugh every week, you know. So did
they come through your tutelage, or what are you trying to say in this case?
No, they come because they like my brand, and I have other comedians too who are on board, who have now become regulars.
Is it your platform?
Yes, by the grace of God, it's my platform. That's the same way I've also come from other people's platform, like I like D1, like Omo Baba, like Ashiri, you know. That, so the idea is, what I've learned from these people, I'm trying to make do with it, and also bring other people on board, so that it keeps the circle keeps going.
Yeah.
So I along the line, you mentioned you said something in your previous question about people I met on my journey. Like I said, every gift needs a giver to keep giving.
All right.
So, special thing. I can't start mentioning everybody, but I think the whole table began to turn for me after I came tops at Alibaba Spontaneity. That was in 2020, 2021. So I finished like in top 4, top 3, top 5.
Why is this a coincidence? Just yesterday I was listening to Alibaba CV, quite huge.
Wow.
And here you're talking about it now.
Yeah, Alibaba is a blessing to the industry. Like,
talk to us about it.
If there's this thing about Alibaba, once his name is in your story, or once you just do something that is affiliated to him, there is this, I don't know, whether it's magic, I don't know how it happens, because I had been doing comedy, not like I have not been making sense, but after that, I didn't win, but where I got to in the competition, because I was at the finals and I was at the last stage of the finals, and I had, you know, I had command performances prior before that time. And after the show, I had people coming to meet me at the hotel, asking for my card, and I had these some very good gigs, and that has led me to where I am now.
Wow.
So so talking about, you know, the industry, you need a platform. You know, so I've had platforms as, you know, not just Alibaba Spontaneity, I also give it to Ashiri Humorality. This comedy club, I used to go every Thursdays then. That was sometime 2018, 2019. D1 also, this comedy club helped. So these are the people that have come around now to build my own community, to build my own fans. You know, so now when you have shows at the hotel, you have shows at Land, all those big places, it doesn't just come. It comes from all those small platforms, all those places, you know, and it's been great.
All right, so you came into the industry, or let me say, you walked through the door with stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So is that what people know you as? Is that your identity, aside from other things you do?
Yeah, basically, yes. I mean, I would say people looking at it from a broader sense, they will, it's a stand-up comedian. But people who know me, like people who know me, know the other things I do. Not like so many people know.
I'm not talking about people who know you.
Okay.
Your fans.
My
Who
fans.
Do they see you as?
They see me as, in fact, they prefer me as a stand-up comedian.
Good.
Because that's what I think, and that's because that's what I invested more. I have invested in more.
Of course.
So far.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm trying to branch out so that it doesn't look like, you know.
So what projects do you have within that genre? Yeah,
within stand-up comedy?
Yes, yes.
Okay, like I said, I have a weekly comedy club I do.
Okay.
Comedy tunes with H Prince every Thursdays.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a weekly comedy club where I gather people, you know, make them laugh, bring other comedians on. Working on my next comedy special. Yeah. Halfway into the content, because I'm someone that is very keen on content. My contents are not ready. I won't shoot it. I won't do a show. So I had my last comedy special last year, half human, half humor. So I'm working on the next one. So probably going to be next year. I'm also working on my tour, because I'm going to be a decade next year. So there's a whole lot that is going into there, and I also have some projects that I've done like in the acting space. You know, that I can't wait for the world to see as well.
So who are those that you hope to work with in the future, aside from those that have impacted into your life within the comedy sector?
Those I like to work with, because I don't know, because I've worked like almost I worked like almost all the people I wanted to.
Really?
Yeah, like by the grace of God, I've been privileged to share the same stages with Alibaba, Sheilo, you know, Akuru. These guys have been able. So I don't know. I mean, anybody God brings my way, is fine.
So what are those unique values that sells you out to the crowd?
I think it will be my originality, and I'm very natural. Because before I started stand-up comedy, I was sure that it was my thing.
So when you talk about naturalness, so where do you draw your inspiration from?
I draw my inspiration from, first of all, my mom inspired me a lot. She's late now.
Oh.
She actually pushed me to take comedy seriously. Reverse is the case when I hear people say that their parents was not. My own mom supported me 100%. Yeah, so I draw my inspiration from, you know, things that happen every day, you know, daily life. I'm very observational. A lot of people don't know that I'm a very calm person. In person, I'm shy. I'm not really listening. So that helps me to, you know, pick things that happen. And I believe that art is supposed to reflect life itself. So if I can talk about things that are happening and create jokes out of it, create content out of it for people to enjoy and also learn, you know.
All right, so when H Prince is not doing comedy, when you're not doing script writing, when you're not acting, what are you doing?
I like to stroll.
Stroll?
Yes.
Under the scorching heat of the sun?
No, not scorching heat though. Maybe early in the morning, like maybe early in the morning, maybe say 5, 6 a.m. early in the morning. I know it's weird. I like to stroll. I like to, or in the evening, morning or in the evening. Another thing I like to do, I read a lot. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. I read a lot. Like I keep acquiring certifications and all of those things. I read a lot.
So tell us some of those challenges that you've had to face with, you know, during your early days in your career, and how you've been able to strategically get yourself out of it.
One of the major challenges as a stand-up comedian in Nigeria is, you know, trying to be marketable. Yes, that's because you know it gets to a point where you are funny, you are good, but you can't live off the job. Me personally, I've never been that kind of person that is. I'm ambitious, but I'm not over ambitious. If what I'm doing can put food on my table, I'm fine. If you can put food on my table and give me a few clothes, that's me, you know. So, but there was a time where it was so bad that I couldn't even, you know. So it was, and you still needed to go to shows because you still have to be out there. Because if you are not out there, they won't see you. Then how do you go out there? Shout out to my mom. She was always borrowing me money. Sometimes I'll take from my purse, I'll return and all that. You know, so it was you know, money was for likes of Omo Baba that, you know, made comedy club a thing in Nigeria. So we leveraged on because comedy clubs are those small gatherings that bring all those big comedians sometimes. So we use that opportunity to sell ourselves. So from that comedy club, they look at them and like, ah, this guy is good though. Okay, now let him be on my show in a hotel. And then you go to a hotel, you do the same thing you did there, and bah, you get a gig. Somebody says, oh yeah, come to my birthday, come and come my birthday, come and host my wedding. So, you know, like that, it now starts getting better. Before, like my what really worked for me was that I was keen on comedy club. Yes, I was keen on comedy club. That was my what work. I was constant because it was every week. So there is no way you will not see me. So from there, I started meeting reputable people before I even got on TV.
Has there been any messy experience thus far?
Performing on stage? Nigerians are funny people. I've had so many. Well, okay, yes. I did one show one time at in Ogun State. Then I was still in school. Yeah, I think I was signing that I was finishing my national diploma program then. So I wanted to do that show. It was a comedy show. And I had bragged, I had boasted, I did posters, said, man, it's going to be sold out. And the hall was about, I think, 400 capacity upstairs and downstairs because, you know, I thought it was going to be big. Then I came on, you know, it was just my bouncers, and when I knew that there was a problem, it was the bouncers there was a DJ inside, but they had their own speaker. And I said, is it that you guys don't believe people will come? Why would you do that to me? And there was like 15 people in the hall. And my mother prayed, that was what it was even praying. Anointing oil wasted, a lot of things. It pained me. But I still had to like perform. I still had to, because the 15 people that paid money, I still had to entertain them. And I did at least like a 1 hour set. And when I finished, I went back stage and I cried.
Wow.
Yeah, I wept.
Well, so much experience.
Yeah.
But of course,
this was like 2017. This was like in 2017.
Anyway, but that actually built you up over time.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So, for those who might want to reach out to you, you know, would you mind sharing your handles with them?
Of course.
Yeah.
Follow me on all my socials at hprince, on Instagram at hprince_comedian, my Facebook at hprince.tv, YouTube hprince.tv.
All right, so you've heard from the horse's mouth. So please show him some love, reach out to him, slide into his DM. More especially if you've got business to do with him, because of course he needs those gigs.
Very important.
Please. All right, thank you so much,
thank you for having
Prince,
me.
for coming on the show.
Thank you very
really
much.
appreciate your time. All right, so the show continues shortly after this time. Please don't go nowhere.